Welcome to Sports News. I'm Barong Tony Iranta. Nigeria's under-23 men's football team, the Dream Team 6, will take on their Gabonese counterparts in the first leg of the All-Africa Games qualifier at the Augustine Sibang Stadium in Libreville this weekend. Team coach Samson Siasia is confident that with the caliber of players at his disposal, he's expecting nothing short of an outright victory. The winner of this encounter over 2 legs will take on the winner of the match between Zambia and Mozambique in the final qualifier. Meanwhile, referee Dennis Dembele of Cote d'Ivoire has been picked to handle the encounter. Dembele will be assisted by compatriots Moussa Bayere, Paleko Touare, while Kwesi Accra will serve as the match commissioner. And elsewhere, the Dutch government has hit out at Feyenoord fans who thrashed one of Rome's best-known squares ahead of a Europa League match. Hundreds of Rotterdam fans, club fans, clashed with Italian police ahead of the match against Roma, leaving the Italian capital looking like a war zone. The fans, many of whom had been drinking heavily, hurled smoke bombs and other projectiles at a large contingent of policemen who arrested at least 22 supporters. Reports say fans threw beer bottles and fireworks and then urinated in the square, damaging the 400-year-old fountain, reopened in September after 10 months of restoration at a cost of more than 200,000 euros. Meanwhile, the Dutch government has hit out at Feyenoord fans. Rather, the Chelsea has awarded a strongly awarded apology to the black man who was racially abused by their fans before Tuesday's Champions League match at Paris Saint-Germain. Video footage showed a man identified only as Suleiman being prevented from boarding a metro train by Chelsea supporters chanting racist comments. Chelsea's head of communications, Steve Atkins, said the club had been fully cooperating with the London and Paris police in their ongoing investigation. Chelsea have suspended 3 people from their Stamford Bridge stadium. And Barcelona paid homage to a former coach, Tito Vilanova, by opening a training pitch with his name at the club's training headquarters. In a modest and touching ceremony, the whole squad and Villanova's family attended and inaugurated the pitch, posing behind capital letters reading Tito Villanova Training Pitch. Villanova, who died at 45 following a battle with cancer, led Barcelona to make the best ever start to a La Liga season with 18 wins from 19 games, but in 2012. He took over at the new camp ahead of the 2012-13 season, having been Pep Guardiola's assistant during the most successful period in Barca's history, in which they won 3 out of 4 La Liga titles and 2 Champions Leagues in 2009 and 2011. And that's it on Sports News for tonight. I'm Barong Tony Iranta, and Bimbo will be back with the wrap.
Al-Shabaab militants have struck at Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, killing at least 20 people, including some members of parliament. Eyewitnesses say 2 huge explosions, followed by gunfire, were heard at the Central Hotel, often frequented by politicians. Al-Shabaab Islamist militants claimed responsibility for the attack. They are battling the unbacked government for control of Somalia. The Al-Qaeda-linked group has been driven out of the country's major towns, but still controls many rural areas in the south. And now let's join Mayowa Gundele for entertainment news.
Well, thank you very much. On entertainment news tonight, singer and music video director Ide Chukwuma Innocent, popularly known as One Soul, has shot his first feature film titled The Verdict. The movie, which stars Fred Amata and Amaka Obi in lead roles, chronicles the travails of a child marriage victim. And still talking movies, the cast and crew members of the action epic film The Antique ushered the Darrison Richards production into the cinemas recently. The movie, which stars veteran actor Olu Jacobs alongside other Nollywood favorites, including Bimbo Akitola, Gabriel Afonlayo, amongst others, is inspired by events of the southern Nigeria people in the 19th century.
An antique is a representation of our beautiful nation, and that's why it's an epic, to showcase our rich cultural heritage. So that's what the antique is for me.
An actor turned politician, Bob Manuel Udoku, and his wife Cassandra celebrated 15 years of marriage to put away breakup speculations and fears that celebrity marriages don't last. The couples hosted friends and close family members at a reception where they also admitted 15 years together had not been a roller coaster ride. And on the music front, now music singer Effa has released a new single, Fall in Love, featuring members of the defunct R&B rave of the 90s, Plantation Boys. The catchy love tune is a Mr. Smith production and brings back the group members since their unsuccessful Unfinished Business album 5 years ago.
Everybody knows how I feel. Everybody knows.
US-based rapper with Nigerian descent Wale, through his active Twitter account, has announced a collaboration with Maven Records boss Don Jazzy and Maven act Ricardo Banks. He tweeted the impending collaboration on Friday, February the 20th. But in November 2013, Wale was pictured in the studio with Don Jazzy and erstwhile partner D'banj. However, it is unclear if the new track is related to that picture. Well, that's it on entertainment. Let's head back for the main news.
Thanks, Maiwa, and the main news again. President Goodluck Jonathan has outlined the efforts of his administration towards ensuring stable electricity supply in Nigeria as he commissioned the second phase of the Olorunshogo power plant in Ogun State. A group of Yoruba elders has backed the re-election of President Jonathan and has demanded the speedy implementation of the National Conference report. The Ekiti chapter of the All Progressive Congress has petitioned the National Human Rights Commission over electoral violence in the state and called for the prosecution of those behind it. And at least 20 people, including senior government officials, have been killed in an Al-Shabaab attack in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. And that brings us to the end of the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Bimbo Olode. Have a wonderful evening. Up next is Metrofile.